So,
Thank you. Okay. Right. Hi. As I've already introduced myself when we did the 60 seconds, I'm Vicky Shakespeare from Halesowen Bid. So, Halesowen Bid covers 484 local businesses. Many people will think we're very much about the town centre and just retail, but we also support commercial businesses, industrial, professional services. So this is just a scope of the areas we cover: Borough Court, Shenstone Industrial Estate, likes of Fountain House, places that are up for redevelopment, as well as the town centre. So what is a BID? A business improvement district is an initiative where local businesses collaborate to fund and implement projects that enhance their commercial area. Businesses within a designated area agree to pay an additional levy on top of their business rates, which is then used for improvements benefiting both the local economy and the community. Halesowen Bid is a forward-thinking initiative created and managed by Halesowen businesses and organisations to secure consistent interest and investment into Halesowen. So Halesowen Bid focuses on supporting local traders, people like yourselves, enhancing the town's appeal to visitors and fostering a thriving business environment. We were initiated back in 2017, so we're now in our second 5-year term. And we were set up by the members of what was then the Halesowen Chamber of Trade. In 2022, we had to go for a reballot. Halesowen businesses voted in favour of a second term for the bid, which has reflected the strong support for the initiatives that we run. The bid has successfully increased footfall into the town centre, secured over £300,000 in investment and implemented measures including enhanced security across the bid area. So who are the bid? There's me and there's Ellie. I'm the bid manager and Ellie is our town ambassador. We can be seen regularly around the town, visiting businesses, running events. Also, we have 8 board directors who are all of a voluntary capacity. And they're from different business sectors, so that when we're making decisions about Halesowen, our decisions are always transparent and in favour of everybody. So one of the big investments that we've done in Halesowen is our safety and security. I did 20 years in policing before I joined Halesowen Bid, so it was quite something close to my heart, and obviously I had a vested interest in. Halesowen's seamless CCTV surveillance covers 3 business parks and the town centre. We have 24-hour surveillance, 7 days a week, which is monitored by qualified operators. So we've got 15 cameras across the extended area on top of those from the local authority, which feed back to the Cornbow Shopping Centre, who monitor those on our behalf. Fantastic for gathering intelligence. Local surveys have shown that this is one of the biggest concerns for people when visiting town centres, is the safety and security. So further to investing in 15 CCTV cameras, we also introduced 70 retail link radios. So the majority of, or high volume of the businesses within the town, as well as the trading estates and colleges, schools, are on our retail link so that we can remain connected. This helps us to reduce antisocial behaviour and also low level crime. Statistics are shown from West Midlands Police that since the scheme has been running, we have actually seen a decrease in crime in Halesowen. We also have information sharing agreement, not only with West Midlands Police, but with the local authority, which is again helped us to reduce crime locally. We have what you could call a rogues gallery that we're able to share with members of our scheme to obviously identify known offenders, and so we can flush them out of the town when they arrive. So Halesowen Bid is also the driving force behind Halesowen in Bloom. Halesowen in Bloom was awarded third in the world title at the International Judging in Communities in Bloom. We remain gold winners year on year for Britain in Bloom, and we engage with over 400 volunteers across the Halesowen area. That's both businesses and community. This year we've also been awarded the King's Award for Voluntary Service, so I'll get myself a nice frock because I'm off to the palace. So, but this is great for the town centre and the surrounding areas because it's the aesthetic appeal to the town. It gets people involved and addressing their own civic pride. The fact that we've gone on year to get gold accolades is fantastic, and now obviously the King's Award is brilliant. It's also a fantastic way of promoting your business. We have troughs throughout the town, planters, that we encourage people to advertise, put their business on them and get involved. Halesowen Big continues to work with both the Chambers of Commerce through many ways. One of them is we run a networking event at B63 Bistro the first Wednesday of every month at Halesowen College. And we also work with West Midlands Combined Authority to see what opportunities are out there to help support local businesses. So, amongst all that, we also run all of the events in Halesowen. So from half-term holidays, that's actually my daughter climbing up there, half-term activities for the kids to running urban beaches in landlocked Halesowen. We run charity awareness days, promote Small Business Saturday, and so much more. We also push on inclusivity through getting the shopping centre to promote Purple Thursday around disabilities. And obviously, Halesowen Christmas Lights is our biggest event of the year. So we are now the largest public event in the Dudley Borough. For those of you that are more local, we have Himley Bonfire, which only attracts 22,000. But this year we had a record of 36,000 people into the town centre on the 16th of November. It's a fun, free, fun-packed event from morning till night, celebrating local people, local community groups. And you know what? It's a fantastic day for trade. And we look forward to doing that year on year. There's just a few pictures from our Christmas events. So this is something else that we're really proud of. So we're about to run our third Halesowen Business Awards. We host it next week, actually, at Halesowen College. This is about a celebration of Halesowen businesses, what they've achieved. So we'll be announcing the winners next week, but that's always a really good event. We've also won numerous awards of our own. We've been recognised by the Chambers. We've been recognised by the Civic Award, the Mayor's Civic Awards, as well as Kindness Awards and that from Dudley CVS, amongst just a few. So the other thing that we've got involved in, so last year we ran our very first Black Country Business Lunch. You may recognise a few faces on maybe this picture here. This was when they were bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. They weren't quite like that by the end of the night. But this was really, I'm sure you'll agree, it was a really good event. It was the first one we did. We're already in the planning for this year's event, and we're looking to grow that. It was a fantastic networking event. We had some good speakers, food was lovely, and it was just a fantastic day for local businesses to get together. So, another part of our role is basically just putting Halesowen on the map. And how else can we do it? We need to look at how we can get people into Halesowen. So the transport links is obviously an important factor as well. So a few years ago, we worked with Transport for West Midlands. I came up with this harebrained idea that I wanted to change the name of a train station. So the nearest one and the biggest feeder into Halesowen town centre would be Rowley Regis. So when I was told it was going to cost me several £1 million to actually, and an Act of Parliament to be able to change a train station name, I thought, right, okay, I need to scale this down a little bit. But what we did achieve is that we've got on all the signage now, it does state Halesowen. So it's now, if you go to Rowley Regis train station, it does say Rowley Regis and Halesowen. So it's that, but that may be just something small, but to us it's massive because it's putting us on the map, on the rail map. We had a train station here 50, 60 years ago, and we know we're never going to be able to bring that back. So also active travel initiatives. Obviously, as we move towards a greener future and what have you, we need to be considering walking and cycling routes. And we've also been doing that, working with West Midlands Railways, and have installed bike hubs in Halesowen and some of the surrounding parks. So we also need to think about the wider community and how we can make sure that Halesowen is welcoming to everyone, whether it's through our retail or through just our business networking. We need to make sure Halesowen is an inclusive town. So we set up dementia-friendly Halesowen. We've set up help points for Playlists for Life. We champion disability confidence with our local employers. We support Purple Thursday, promote access to work. We launched a Chatty Cafe scheme for reducing social isolation. We've done autism training. And this was a good one, the Friendly Bench. So we introduced as well, just down from where the old Wilco's was, in the town centre, we've got the very first town centre Friendly Bench. We brought this into Halesowen just as we came out of COVID, which was when social isolation was highlighted as a concern across the healthcare profession. So the bench actually, because the way the seats are made, encourages natural conversation, and it does work for those of all ages. So 5 years ago as well, we also introduced free courses Halesowen, with over 50 courses available to local employers and their staff. And we're also in the planning of running workshops around cybercrime with, he's not here today, Dan from EBC, which will be based here. So more information to come out for that. That will be at the beginning of June, so it'd be great to get people involved and along to that. We're also working on an awareness course for something called Martin's Law. Those of you that are involved with venues that hold over 200 people will need to be making preparations of how you're going to implement what it's called the Protect Duty, very much based around, it is based around terrorism. It was all brought forward from the Manchester Arena bombings. So we're working with a company to help businesses to implement that as well. So that's all coming down the line, as well as also offering the likes of LinkedIn, social media training, first aid, safety and security, and the normal. Excuse me. So over the last few years, we've brought £80,000 worth of additional revenue for Halesowen. That's just since the last ballot in 2022, and we're only halfway through. We've got £40,000 of enhancement to local security and CCTV systems, £45,000 to deliver an inclusive and dementia projects, and we're now the leading town for inclusivity across the borough. And also the bid are stakeholders of the Luft Fund, which is a levelling up fund. And this is the central government funding of £20 million that we were awarded for regeneration in Halesowen. It's an ongoing process, but we will get there in the end, I'm sure. So with that Halesowen bid, just a few of the things: there'd be no radio link, no CCTV, there'd be no town ambassadors, there'd be no partnership work, no events, no drive for inclusiveness, no extra funding for SMEs, no extra revenues for the town, no partnerships with the police and information sharing agreements, no free courses, no network opportunities or limited network opportunities across Halesowen. So this is our ethos: love local. So we want jobs and skills to remain in Halesowen. We want businesses to thrive, and we want our community to be at the heart of everything we do. So we're promoting B2B, we're promoting the shop local. You know, use it or lose it. I've been slandered for making that comment once, but we see that in small retail premises, and people all hit social media when a shop's gone, but did they use it before? No, we're all guilty of shopping online. So I do promote the shop local as much as we possibly can. So one of the other things that we like to address, of which I've touched on already, is corporate social responsibility. We want to work with our businesses to make sure that they're addressing this, whether it's getting involved in events that we do, getting involved in workshops that we run, whether it's networking, whether it's sponsoring a trough or doing a bit of gardening in the town centre, you know, to enhance their own civic pride. So corporate social responsibility is something that we're very keen on helping businesses with. And just a big thank you to everybody who supported us over the last 7 years. We will be in reballot in another 2.5 years. So touch wood, we can continue to provide the services for Halesowen that we do. We're all in challenging times. The high street and small local businesses, you know, it is hard. We get through COVID, we get through cost of living, we're constantly being hit with challenges. But I think from working together and sharing our knowledge, I think we can help businesses to survive, if not thrive. So thank you. That's me.